basketball action at the AT&T Center. We're in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. This is 2K Sports bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, calling the action with my broadcast partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. Someone will be keeping an eye on, of course, LeBron James.
Well, there's really nothing he can't do on a basketball court. Offensively, I think LeBron's signature skill is his great playmaking ability, along with, of course, his athleticism. That's what really sets him apart.
And Steve, over his career, he's made significant improvements defensively. Awareness, combined with that athleticism and activity, the size that he has, the speed. I mean, he may be the fastest guy in the league. He's able to jump into passing lanes and chase down shooters at a rapid rate of speed. You know, I thought San Antonio really was an outstanding team. Fun to watch, excellent at both ends of the floor. But one statistical thing that stood out was they defended at a high level without committing a lot of fouls. That takes discipline and smart.
Now here's Parker, and that is good.
You know, guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
And here are the Heat now. LeBron with it. Fade away. They get it again. Bosh with the bucket.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Green, the pass to Splitter. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Clark, as you said about that Spurs team, just a team that does not foul very often. Doesn't give away free points. And, Steve, they led the league in fewest fouls last season.
Well, that's part of Greg Popovich's mantra. I mean, don't give up anything easy. You can't guard a free throw, obviously. You can't guard a fast break. So important for the Spurs to avoid fouls and take care of the basketball and be efficient offensively, and that helps their D.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good.
Well, if you're going to learn from someone, you might as well take some lessons from Tim Duncan. That's what Thiago Splitter has done in San Antonio, really kind of growing up under the tutelage of one of the great players of all time.
Now here's Bosh. Out to Wade. The drive by LeBron. The Heat need to get a shot off. Shot clock at 2. Wade misses. And Splitter taken 28 by the Spurs way back in the 2007 draft, but they had to wait 3 seasons, Clark, for him to come over from Spain. And as Greg Popovich was saying just this past season, he's finally showing what he can do because he's been healthy.
Yeah, agreed, Kevin, and I think it was a wait worth making,
yes. Quite
honestly. I mean, one of the premier backup centers in the NBA the last 3 seasons, and he earned himself a nice payday with his new contract, too.
Now here's LeBron after the miss from Tim Duncan. James right side. Good.
Well, nice way there to get your first basket of the game.
Heat on D. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Parker drives in. It's stolen by Hazard. James against Duncan. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, for LeBron James, guys, the stats say it all. He's always a beast. But when you play him at the power forward position, his numbers take on a whole nother level of excellence.
That free throw, no good. And Clark, you mentioned LeBron playing at the 4 being a tough matchup for teams. Steve, why is that?
Well, we've seen the same thing with Carmelo Anthony, a guy who's playing at the 4, who has great size and strength, but also ball handling ability. It compromises the defense, particularly when you put shooters around him.
And he sinks the second.
Well, LeBron is far enough along now in his career where you can start to project some of his career stats, and they're staggering. I mean, he could end up the first player ever to end up with 30,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds. I mean, that's remarkable.
Leonard, no luck. The Heat have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Leonard against LeBron. Here's Haslam, and they convert at last on attempt number 3. Haslam's got his first bucket in this one. Spurs trail by 4. And when you talk about LeBron's ability to pile up stats, whether it's scoring, or rebound, or passing, Clark, he can do it all.
He really can. He's dominant in every facet of the game, and we love his durability and his stamina. He is a stat sheet stuffer supreme, and that's the highest level of stat sheet stuffing you can have, and he's at the pinnacle of the peak.
Yes, sir. For Miami, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. The dish to Chalmers. Haslam, a screen on Parker. Chalmers with it, guarded now by Duncan, and Haslam kicks to Chalmers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wade passes to James. Back to Wade. James against Leonard. Back to Wade. The pass to Haslam. Kicks it out to James. Here's the 3. Good on the shot. James has got 6.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Has to split it. He kicks it to Leonard. And the rejection by LeBron. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Parker kicks to Green. Spurs passing it around.
They haven't had an answer so far in the first.
Second chance shot. Offensive rebound.
And that's a really deft touch right there, guys.
And he just guided that ball back up and in. You know, Clark, just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Really well done.
Yeah, you don't need to catch it and gather and try to go back up if you've got that type of angle, and he really took advantage.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Duncan after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Splitter kicks to Green. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
And Miami making a change here. Battier's checked in. The Heat leading by 5. James outside. The jump hook, that is good. LeBron's got 8.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Here is Splitter. He's covered by Bosch. Now Splitter. 6 to shoot. Pass to Parker. No good. And it's Miami the other way.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Dishes it to Battier. To the left wing. Bosch passes to Battier. Wade kicks to James. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. 11 points for LeBron.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can, watch out.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And as you said, they haven't been able to answer, leading to a double-digit deficit.
Yeah, Kevin, when you shoot it poorly, and the other team is hot, I mean, that's an equation for a blowout.
Here's Diao. Into Green. Can they get it? Cannot hit. Excellent D there from Chalmers. The Heat leading by 10. Battier sets the pick for Chalmers. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
You know, I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Heat. Now, here's Green. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. San Antonio again missing. Miami's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Chalmers dishes to Wade. The fadeaway. San Antonio with the rebound.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
Clock at 6. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Wade. LeBron outside. Wants to get it to Chalmers and does. Back to James. Nice open look, but it's no good. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
Shot clock at 6. Double teamed on Wade. Lets it go from 14. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Wade.
You know, they've really built the lead on their inside game and their ability to convert second chance opportunities, Kevin.
San Antonio calls timeout. Again, the strong inside game and the second chance points quickly becoming a factor.
Kevin, it's absolutely the biggest factor in the game right now.
Ray Allen is checked in for Miami. Coles comes in for Mario Chalmers. Knocks it loose. And that one's good. Parker.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Here's Cole. And a fast break now for the Spurs. The lead now in single digits.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
Miami leading by 8. He dishes it to Allen. Allen off a pick from Anderson. There's the screen. Bellinelli passes to Ginobili, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Ginobili's got his second basket of the game.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
The feed to Anderson. Back to LeBron. Banked in off the glass. LeBron's got 13 points.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Bellinelli, defended by Allen. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way.
One of the great shooters in the history of the game. I mean, Ray Allen is just amazing with that deep range, incredible accuracy. And he can also put the ball on the deck a little bit once or twice, pull up jump shots, get to the foul line. Allen's just one of the most consistent scorers we've had in the game for a long time.
And he's rehearsed that motion for so long. It's automatic. I mean, it's something he can do in his sleep. He doesn't even think about the situation or the defender. He eyes his target and lets it fly.
That free throw missing.
Really not hard to argue that Ray Allen is one of the greatest shooters of all time, but with his ability to stay healthy and still contribute, how much longer can he play? I mean, that shot isn't going away anytime soon, fellas.
He hits the second from the line. We talk about the longevity of Ray Allen. He's had some ankle and foot injuries over his career, but his conditioning, Steve, has never been a question.
Never. And his style of play, where he runs defenders around, coming off screens, demands that kind of fitness. Both from him and, of course, whoever's guarding him as well.
Inside, and the dunk by James.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Spurs trail by 9. Parker outside. Bellinelli up top. Back to Parker. All alone. Another one falls for San Antonio. Miami's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And Cole kicks to LeBron. Battier outside. 6 to shoot. Allen dishes to Anderson. Another shot, and he lays it up and in. And the Heat lead by 9.
Steve, they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, it's impressive, too. Clark's already gotten them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Here is Bonner. Back to Parker. Stolen by Allen. Here's Cole. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And now an 11-point Heat lead.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Now here's Parker. 8 points for him. Diao, the pass to Bonner. Outside, Ginobili. No good. And the Heat going the other way now. 26 seconds left in the first. Here's Cole, covered by Parker. The drive by LeBron. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
This defense has been way too soft early on. They've got to start playing with some energy.
You know, Steve, do something, anything to throw their shooters out of rhythm is what's got to happen here.
From down in the low post, it goes. Bonner's got his first 2 points.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Miami ahead. They lead by 11. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Miami.
How about the work on the offensive glass to this point, guys?
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
On the floor for Miami, Haslam and Bosch up front. D-Wade, the 2, with Ray Allen at the 3. And it's Cole in at the point guard position. Spurs trail by 13. Here's Bellinelli. Feeds to Duncan. Kicks it to Splitter. Just 5 to shoot. Good. Splitter's got 5 now.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. There was a lot of thought about how the Heat could improve after they lost to the Mavs in the 2011 NBA Finals. Many called for a veteran point guard, but the team felt comfortable with who they had. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, "We felt we had one of the younger point guard tandems in the league that we can build on and offer us championship minutes right now." They grew into that role and were a big part of their back-to-back titles. Spoelstra says they earned it with their hard work, and he couldn't be happier, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Duncan with the bucket.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And Cole kicks to Wade. Pass to Cole. Now here is Haslam. He feeds it to Allen. 5 on the clock. Ring shot on the way. He squares up and sinks it. And the Heat lead by 13.
You know, it's not so much that the Heat score a lot of points. It's just that they score them in spurts. And it almost is a surprise when they end the possession without scoring or getting an easy shot. So good at spacing the floor and moving the ball.
Ginobili misses. Miami leading by 13. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Cole dishes the box. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Clark, just as you said, the Heat just so efficient offensively. Made about half their shots they took on the year and ended up with the best shooting percentage, Steve, in the NBA.
Well, it was all about floor spacing and LeBron, Kevin. They put shooters everywhere, but LeBron and Wade would attack, and they had really good flow and movement with the ball. And I think over time now, given this team 3 years now, it's one of the best offenses in the league.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Miami. No good on the second free throw.
Coach Popovich was fined last season for sitting out his top players in a nationally televised matchup against the Heat. I certainly understand the league's posture there, and it was a lot said about it. Yet, for a veteran team like the Spurs with championship aspirations, I understand resting key players during the course of the regular season.
Shot from 16. Miami no good on that time either.
Great look, disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
Green passes to Splitter. And Bellinelli kicks to Leonard. The dish now to Bellinelli. For 3. And that one's good. Bellinelli's got himself on the board with 3 there. And back to that fine for Popovich, $250,000. Steve, that'll leave a dent.
Yeah, no doubt. But, you know, Popovich enjoys tweaking the league at times. This was clearly an effort to do that. But, look, I think it's good for him to actually kind of let the league know every once in a while that if you're going to give us that kind of schedule with my older team, I'm going to sit them down once in a while.
Spurs trail by 11. San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, Miami stormed through the regular season and were viewed as the clear-cut favorites to come out of the East, but it was not as easy as expected. After sweeping Milwaukee, the Bulls gave them a scare. Then the Pacers really took them deep all the way to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He said they need to start attacking in the open court. He doesn't want to see them operating in a strictly half-court offense. He wants their tempo to become more of a weapon. He was also adamant that they can take advantage of this defense with the use of solid ball screens and the pick-and-roll game. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. The pass to Haslam. Back to Wade. Rejected by Duncan. Wade against Green. Out left to the wing. Bellinelli with the 3. Allen with the rebound. And for the Heat, the Pacers were their first real test, it seemed, and they had to survive a win or go home against them. It almost seemed, Clark, to take away any momentum they might have had. when they went up against the Spurs in the finals.
You know, it's interesting. When I think of momentum in the playoffs, it doesn't carry over from game to game or series to series. I think each game, Kevin, is really an entity in and of itself. That said, Miami found a way, despite being pushed by the Pacers and being pushed by the Spurs, both to Game 7s. It came down to LeBron James's brilliance, but also the hot shooting of a complimentary role-playing winner, Shane Battier.
And he knocks down the first one.
The Spurs last year were as tough as always in San Antonio. Hard not to beat when you win 50 games every season. Ended up with a 35-6 record at home, which was good for the third best in the league.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And with the Spurs, they are just so consistent every time they take the court. You always, Steve, expect them to get a win when they play in this building.
And the two teams with better home records in the NBA were the Nuggets and the Heat, both of whom had huge win streaks. But as you said, it's the Spurs' consistency every time out that lets them pile up these home wins without anyone really thinking much about it.
Pass to Splitter. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. Splitter's got 7 points. And here is Chalmers. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. That's good. And the Heat lead by 7.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Green against Wade. Green dishes to Duncan. Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. James checked in for Udonis Haslem. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard attacking, stolen by Bosch. And Chalmers kicks to Allen. LeBron with it. Splitter's there, and the shot is good. And that's 19 points for LeBron.
He's so reliable. You know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
Green with the ball. Wade picks him up. Pass to Parker. All sorts of time, and he knocks down the jumper. Parker's got 10 points. Wade with it. LeBron is screen on Green. Bosch heads the pick for Wade. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And another foul would give him 3 before the half, something to keep our eyes on.
A different look for Miami. Anderson, he's checked in for Bosch. And Shane Battier subbed in for Ray Allen. Spurs trail by 7. Parker outside. Ball's knocked loose. Drops in the layup for 2. Parker's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
The Heat rebound. It's Battier on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. James, the pass to Battier, and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Spurs have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Here is Bonner, defended by Anderson, and Green gets it to go.
And he's someone the defense has to keep track of at all times because, you know, even when he doesn't have the ball, he moves so well without it. He's constantly a threat to catch and shoot.
I I've also got to say, Steve, that I really like how he's able to adapt defensively to really whatever the situation is. There are a number of ways he can come at you at that end of the floor, whether by design or accident. That was a very high-quality shot they created.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Boris Diaw from France, really a unique player. I mean, he came into the league, guys, as more of a playmaking small forward. Now he plays at the power forward spot, and he's still much more of a passer than he is a scorer.
So it's Miami now, and Chalmers kicks to Wade. Leonard against James. Shoots the three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 4 assists in the game. And Clark, you mentioned Diaw's skill level. Not the biggest or most athletic guy, but, you know, Steve, he's still effective.
He's really a great basketball player. What I mean by that, just he knows angles, he knows how to use his body to create passes and shots for himself. And defensively, he's very effective, particularly guarding the post because of his strength.
Well, he's certainly not the biggest name or somebody that strikes fear into the heart of coaches, but Matt Bonner is more than serviceable and knows how to be a thorn in the side of other teams. He just sits out on the perimeter, and when he's open, he knocks down threes.
The first free throw is good. And Bonner, the Red Rocket, so deadly with that unorthodox release from the shoulder.
Yeah, three-point specialist. He helps space the floor for this great offense, and he's got a good feel, too. A good passer and knows where he needs to be defensively.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
They've been getting more and more physical as this game has gone along.
Clearly, and they've gotten a lot of trips to the line because of it here in the second quarter.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 22. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by LeBron. And that's now 7 points for Wade.
Well, they're not afraid to just let it fly from here. They didn't have as much success in the first quarter, but with this lead, they're looking to extend it with the three-point shot.
Miami leading by 3. James dishes to Battier. It's LeBron with the drive. Anderson makes it off the glass. Anderson's got 6 points.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Parker passes to Leonard. He kicks to Green. Leonard dishes to Green. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bonner. Got it. Good job in the low post. Bonner's got his second basket. Miami's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. LeBron against Leonard. Wade kicks to LeBron. Down low, here's Anderson. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 5th assist in this one. Spurs trail by 5. Outside, Green. Dishes to Parker. 1:56 left to play in the first half. Can't connect from short range.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually.
And there's 1:45 left in the first half. Parker left side. Bonner passes to Parker. Drains it from 17 feet out. Parker's got 14 points.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Gentlemen, last year, Greg Popovich received a $250,000 fine from the league for sitting out his starters in that game against Miami. They cracked down, but it wasn't the first time he'd rested his top players on a back-to-back. Pop explained the philosophy this way, saying, quote, "We're making a wiser decision and not a macho decision. It's about health and safety of players so that we have a shot at the end of the year. If I was taking my son or daughter to the game, I'd be disappointed. So I understand that perspective. Hopefully, they'll understand my perspective. My priority is the basketball team and what is best for it. Guys, it's always a balancing act.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris. Here is Parker. Following the basket by LeBron James. Green with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. Just 5 to shoot. It's Parker with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. Parker's got 16.
Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. LeBron against Leonard. Fades away. That one off the back iron and out.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Green, no luck.
This is why you need size inside, the ability to test shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. Heat lead by 5. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. A solid and competitive first half of basketball. LeBron, how do you feel about the team and its performance tonight?
We're doing a good job. We're on the road. You know, our shooters, we missed a couple at the end. I wish we would have went in, but they're going to continue to shoot. There's going to be a big second half for us. So we got to continue to play like we did in the first half.
Continuity is key, LeBron. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, make sure to stay tuned in for halftime, and we'll be back right after that.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now it's time to break down the first half for you here on this Wednesday edition of 2K at the Half. Miami up on top against the Spurs at AT&T Center. Defensive pressure so far paying off. They're forcing miscues, ripping and running. A great performance by LeBron in the first half. He has 26 points, and it's been bombs away from outside. And this dedicated Spurs team is weathering the storm. Excellent bench production. The second string coming in, knocking down the shots. Tony Parker making a statement in this one. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. And that's it for now. Thanks for stopping in with us. It's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, who are all ready with the call in the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we get back to San Antonio, we take a look at the impressive Tower of the Americas. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
I like that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot hungry, even the tough ones. While not as dominant on defense as they were a year before, the Heat still were tough at that end of the court. The thing is, you could see them turn it on and turn it off when they needed to defensively, so they always managed to get the key stop when they needed it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for San Antonio. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. Green teams with Leonard on the wings, and it's Parker in at the point. Duncan banked in off the glass. Duncan's got the first points of the second half here for the Spurs. And when you're coming off a title like the Heat are, there is a natural tendency to cruise. But Clark, you said this, and Steve, I'm sure you want to comment on it. They could turn it up in a hurry.
Well, there's just so much athleticism on this team that if they want to press you in the half court, they usually can force turnovers. And if not, they can also sit back and play a more straight-up defensive style and be very effective that way as well.
And here is Green, following the three from Chalmers. Green dishes to Parker, and it's blocked by Bosch.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, one or two more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
And Chalmers kicks to James. Money from the wing. And now it's an 8-point Heat lead. And San Antonio shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Splitter kicks to Green. Poked away. 6 on the shot clock. That is good. Green's got 7.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Now here's James. 28 points for him. Off the left rim and out.
And the fadeaway was about his only option there. Really good defensive position.
Duncan against Haslam. High post try. Another shot. Splitter misses.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. James, the pass to Chalmers. Wade outside. Shoots from the high post. And the shot is long.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Green dishes to Parker. Duncan left side. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. It's going to be on Udonis Haslam.
And saved a likely dunk there.
Yeah, very smart foul under the circumstances. You can't allow him to just throw it down on you. One thing I think that's helped extend Tim Duncan's peak effectiveness, you know, he was dealing with knee issues recently, but he committed to losing weight and slimmed down by over 25 pounds to take away some of that wear and tear on his joints. And, you know, over the last couple of seasons, it certainly seems to have revitalized him.
And Clark, you mentioned Duncan slimming down. Steve, I guess he did it swimming in the offseason.
Well, you know, he was a swimmer growing up in the Virgin Islands.
Right.
That was his first sport before he picked up basketball. And I think you can see how it's impacted his strength and his ability to engage that core and really last through these long NBA seasons. He's slimmed down, but he's stayed strong. And I think swimming has played a big role there.
Now here's LeBron. He dishes it to Haslam, and he gets it to go. Haslam's got 8 points.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Chalmers against Parker. In low to Duncan. And it's good on the assist by Parker. And that's 10 points for Tim Duncan.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Now here's Chalmers. Tries yet again, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
Allen's checked in for Dwayne Wade.
You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
Duncan can't hit. The Heat leading by 7. LeBron gets the screen from Haslam. And they double up James. James right side. And Cole kicks to Allen. Now the feed to James. And it's blocked by Duncan. And he's able to get it back. Here's Haslam. And finally they hit one. Haslam's got 10 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Tries to save it, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and have them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
Here's LeBron following the basket by Tim Duncan. James, the pass to Cole. Feeds it to Allen. kicks to Haslam. To the inside. Cole's shot is good. And the Heat lead by 9.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
For San Antonio, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And Bellinelli kicks to Parker. Passes it to Splitter. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Splitter's got 9 points.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Here's Cole. Allen outside. He feeds it to Bosch. LeBron against Ginobili. Let's go. Nice shot by James. James has got 30.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Now Bellinelli. Ginobili outside. Duncan left side. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Duncan's got 10 points in just the second half.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Manu Ginobili is really one of those electrifying all-around players. I mean, he's as fun to watch as any guy in the league. He scores, he defends, has a nose for the ball. He does everything, and usually he packs a bunch of production into short stints of playing time. He's now in his mid-30s. The question becomes for him is health. And how much longer can he go at the level he's played at throughout his career?
Allen kicks to LeBron. There's the dish to Bosch. And there's the pass to Cole. Back to Bosch. Good ball movement here by Miami. Releases from 15, and the shot is good. That's now 32 points for LeBron. And for Ginobili last season, his shooting percentages dipped just a little bit. Now 36 years old. He's, breaking down, it seems like on a more regular basis. Is he starting to fade in your eye?
Sure, he is, but he's still capable of playing out of his mind on any given night. I mean, and that's what you want from a guy like that at his age. You're not going to get it every night, but can he continue to help you win games? No question, Ginobili. He showed that last year.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Heat making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Here's Cole, covered by Parker. Anderson dishes to Cole. Pass to James. 6 to shoot. Left side Anderson. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Anderson's got 10 points in the game.
Nice touch near the hoop.
Spurs trail by 11. Diaw, the screen. Parker passes to Diaw. Ginobili, that's for 2. That doesn't go either by Ginobili.
He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Allen kicks to Battier. Here's Cole. He's covered by Bonner. Here's LeBron. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Ginobili outside. Beyond the arc. That's good. 7 points in the game.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Cole off the pick from James. Here's Cole, covered by Parker. Shoots from the block, kept alive. The tray, and it's LeBron James with the 3. James has got 35.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Parker outside. He kicks it to Bellinelli. It's hauled in by the Heat. LeBron's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the paint, here's Cole. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Cole's got 6.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Only 3 teams in the entire Eastern Conference had a better than 500 record against the West, and no surprise the Heat were one of those 3, and they were dominant against Western Conference opponents all year long.
The Heat making a switch here. Bosch is checked in. Spurs trail by 13. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He told the team he wanted to run their offense through Parker. That is one part of this game that Coach isn't particularly happy about. He wants him taking on more responsibility when they've got the ball. He also urged them to drive the lane aggressively on offense, saying they won't be able to handle us if we can get bodies to the basket each and every time down the court. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the 4th quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Mark, adding on to what you were saying about the Heat versus the West, they ended up 25-5, which is incredible, Steve, given how many tough teams that are in the Western Conference.
That's amazing, Kevin. They had a better record against the West than they did against the East in terms of their winning percentage. So I think that speaks to just how motivated Miami was when they went out on the road to the West in particular to really show everybody how good they were.
Here's James after the made shot from Bellinelli. And that one's good. 8 points for Chris Bosh.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Parker kicks to Bellinelli. Back to Parker. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Parker's got 18 points in the game.
And I'll say this about him, Kevin. I mean, it looks like he's made of rubber sometimes because defenders just bounce off him when he's driving the lane. What a finisher.
Steve, it has to be said here that he operates the pick and roll to perfection. I mean, he delights in running unwitting defenders or blindside picking guys so that he can end up rolling into a basket.
Here's Bellinelli following the basket by Chris Bosh. Now Bellinelli. He's got 5. And Ray Allen gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Heat with some changes. Wade comes in for James. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole. Diaw dishes to Parker. Battier with the steal. Down low, Wade. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
And Green gets it to go. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in the second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Wade kicks to Bosh. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. He's made 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. We've got 13 seconds left in the third. Parker up top. Down low. Here's Splitter. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each Opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense is
As we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
Spurs trail by 12. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. Haslam and Bosch up front. And it's Allen in at the small forward. They get it back. Here's Splitter. Bosch with some nice D.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
Here's Chalmers, and so he draws the foul on the shot on a trip to the line to shoot two.
Hey, last season Chalmers missed a game-winning shot. That happens to a lot of guys in this league, but what he did the next game is of note. He made 10 threes, and arguably his best game ever, as he set a Miami Heat team record for makes beyond the arc.
The free throw drops for Chalmers. And Mario Chalmers grew up in Alaska. Not too many NBA players hailing from up there, taken with the 34th pick back in 08.
He's played his entire career with the Heat, and really it was a perfect situation for him when LeBron arrived, because he's a kind of a combo guard. He plays the point, but he's an excellent spot-up shooter, so he can play off of LeBron and Wade quite well.
That one is no good.
You know, people look at Mario Chalmers and say he might not be your typical point guard. He's not a big-time penetrator or playmaker, but he's a good fit for the Heat with his active defense and spot-up shooting from long range. I think it's a hand-in-glove fit, actually.
Duncan with the bucket.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Wade outside. Looks for Bosch, gets it to him. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. 11 feet away. Rebound by Parker. And Chalmers, a three-time All-American and NCAA champion his junior season at Kansas. Received the Most Outstanding Player Award for that 2008 tournament.
Hit what was probably the biggest shot in Kansas history, the three-pointer that sent that game against Memphis into overtime, that allowed the Jayhawks to go on and win that national championship.
Well, you talk about the sustained greatness for future Hall of Famer Tim Duncan. How about this number? 13. That's the number of consecutive seasons to begin his career in which Duncan was named All-NBA and All-Defensive Team. 6 more times than anyone else in league history. Enough said. End of story. First ballot Hall of Fame.
Going back to Duncan, probably more important to him than the individual accolades, Steve, have been the team successes during his time in San Antonio.
No doubt. I mean, Duncan is just a winner. He's gone to the finals now 14 years apart, first in 99 and then again in 2013. Pretty remarkable.
And so Duncan hits them both.
And as you might expect for the team with the second best record in the West, the Spurs dominated the East last season, played each team twice for a total of 30 games, and went 25-5 in that stretch. Boy, a pick was set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
Well, that's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make them stop you.
Parker against Chalmers. Now here's Leonard. D right on him. From the wing. Duncan can't hit. And Clark, back to what you said about the Spurs in the East. It was far and away the best record against the conference, Steve, for a team in the West.
Yeah, the second best record was Memphis with 22 wins. So kind of scary to think that they rested their big stars a few times against teams in the East, and they were still able to put up that kind of a record.
Chalmers against Parker. And he uses the glass on the layup. Parker's got 20.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Leonard with the steal. Stolen by Bosch. Right side Bosch. Pass to Chalmers. LeBron James on the wing. San Antonio with the rebound. Parker's got 3 rebounds now in this one. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Splitter, that's good.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
Chalmers with it. He's picked up by Parker. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And finished off by LeBron.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
And Parker, here we go, uses the glass to finish the layup. Parker's got 4 points this quarter.
My goodness, what a move. Just left the defender in the dust.
And he just glided in for the finish there. Now that was sweet.
And Miami has possession. Timeout called, the Heat.
Tony Parker had a phenomenal 2011-2012 campaign, but as is the case with Greg Popovich, he challenged Parker to improve upon that for last season. Popovich told him, good players can be great for a little bit, but great players are always great. And that really resonated with Parker.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And the basket by Wade. Think about how great Parker's been. We forgot his career almost came to an end in the summer of 2012. This is a very interesting part of his career.
That's right. He was an innocent bystander at a club in New York when a melee erupted and bottles were thrown. He got a shard of glass that penetrated almost through his left eye. Very easily could have lost his vision and lost his career.
Chalmers pass to Bosch. Knocked away. Now here's Ginobili. Duncan with a screen on Bosch. Ginobili dishes to Parker. 14 feet away. Count the bucket. Parker's got 8 here in the quarter.
And he's been exactly what they needed here in the fourth.
Well, he looks like a dangerous man. I mean, he's made all 4 of his shots this quarter so far.
Chalmers against Parker. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Dishes to LeBron. 5 to shoot. 9 feet out. And it's Miami with another.
He's doing it all for them right now on the offensive side. No matter what the defense has done, they haven't been able to find an answer to stop him. And he's had an answer for every defense he's seen.
And Ginobili, here we go. Right block shot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
On a per-minute basis, you know, Manu Ginobili continues to be one of the top shooting guards in the game. Of course, the Spurs have always limited his minutes to protect him from injury. Last year, 25 minutes a game is about what he played.
That is good from Ginobili. And you mentioned injuries for Manu. He's had his share for his career. He's missed an average of about 15 games a season.
And Kevin, part of it is just the way he plays, just the attacking nature of his drives. He draws a lot of contact. And you look at his age, mid-30s. I mean, the Spurs want to keep him healthy, try to save him for the playoffs, so they try to limit his minutes and bring him off the bench.
Well, Manu has been getting it done. 9 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Going forward, I think it'd be a good idea to let him spend a little more time behind the arc. He looks like he has a nice touch from out there.
The offensive rebound. Spurs trail by 7. Parker with it. And Bosch picks him up defensively. Draw off the pick from Duncan. Parker kicks to Ginobili. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Miami's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Here's James. Misses the baby hook.
Boy, that's a shocking miss. That's one of his favorite spots on the floor, and the defense was nowhere to be found.
Leonard, and it's blocked by Haslam. Wade passes to Bosch. Leonard against Wade. He dishes it to Haslam. The feed to LeBron. Out to Wade. Pulls it up. And it's Wade again missing. Here are the Spurs with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Parker kicks to Ginobili. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Haslam, a screen on Parker. Kicks it to Bosch. Feeds it to James. And they double up James. And Bosch gets it to go on the assist by LeBron. And that's 15 points for Chris Bosch.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
Pulls up on the wing. And it's Miami with the rebound. Wade on the wing, covered by Parker. LeBron's shot is good.
Boy, the deeper we get into this game, the more offense we're seeing.
And that goes for both teams, Steve. Everybody firing on all cylinders right now.
Ginobili against Wade. Ginobili kicks to Leonard. Three-pointer. And shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. 7 points for Leonard.
The defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Duncan against Wade. Passes to Haslam. He feeds it to LeBron. LeBron is doubled. Tipped away. It's stolen by Duncan. Ginobili against Bosch. Ginobili dishes to Splitter. It's rebounded by Bosch.
Well, they've had the advantage in rebounding all night, but none bigger than the one right there.
James against Duncan. 14 feet away. And again, it's LeBron James. James has got 45 points.
Got him with the turnaround there. That was as sweet as honey.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push.
And refocus, Kevin. You got to take care of your body, and I think we ought to drink some Gatorade here too. I thought I noticed some slip-ups here the last couple minutes from your end on the play-by-play.
San Antonio with the ball. 6-point game. To the middle. Here's Ginobili. Duncan trying to break loose. And that one comes up a bit short. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He said, we're going to make things much easier on ourselves if we can establish a better interior game. And it starts with opening gaps in the defense and making sharp feeds into the post. He then made a another statement, telling his guys to stay alert and aware when defending the outside shot, saying, quote, "They can hurt us on the perimeter if we don't stay right up on them." Guys, we'll see how coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
And thanks for that story, Doris. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Heat.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
5 to shoot, splitter, and he can't stop the run as he misses. The Heat leading by 11. LeBron passes to Chalmers. 1:27 left in the fourth. And the dunk by James.
And they're getting that lead way up there now. I mean, it should be a stroll to the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'd be almost impossible for them to blow a lead like this.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They trail by 13. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. So it's San Antonio now, trailing by 13. Ginobili kicks to Duncan. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. 20 points for Duncan.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
And his stroke has been dead on, inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
That's tipped. Parker with the steal. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And when you take a look at what the story under the glass has been, tremendous presence under the basket.
Yeah, you said it. Tremendous presence. You're right. It definitely has been, and it might come down to the final possession, that key rebound.
Wouldn't that be something?
Mm-hmm.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 8.
You know, even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line this half.
I think they've done a good job of making the most of their chances at the line, and they've got to keep it up to take the lead.
And so he hits both. The Heat leading by 7. Chalmers dishes to Haslam. Back to Chalmers. Ginobili with the steal.
Time is definitely not on their side at this point.
Yeah, they need a quick bucket.
Tries from 10. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle steps for the Spurs.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes and cashing in.
And he gets it to go.
Well, I like the way he's turned the heat up here in the fourth. I mean, that makes him an 80% shooter so far in the quarter.
Leonard with the steal. The shot is off. And Miami the other way now. Wade fires. Here's Chalmers. Great D that time from Duncan.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Here's Ginobili. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
So hard to stop Ginobili right now.
Miami's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you've got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're losing by 3. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. Could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You got three-point shooters. Let it fly.
19 seconds left in the game. Chalmers against Parker. Here's Leonard. But they'll get another chance. To tie it up. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome. This team kept their emotions in check and got it done.
And now let's go over to Doris Burke on the sideline for an interview with the Jordan Player of the Game. Doris, take it away.
LeBron, no player has to endure the kind of scrutiny and pressure that you do on a nightly basis. How do you stand and deliver the kind of performance you did tonight?
I just wanted to try to lead my team the best way I could. Whatever I needed to do out on the floor, I tried to be there for them tonight. And, I'm glad we was able to get this win.
Thank you, LeBron. Kevin, this guy is extraordinary.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
Yeah. It's been a ride. I guess I had to go to that